What is up, guys? YodaDaWise back here again. Let's take a look at Soul Reaver General. So he's been out for a while. I really haven't developed him until recently. I started trying again just because it looks like there might be some really good use for him. We'll get into it in a minute. But this is more or less how I would set him up if I didn't have his special weapon, which is a scythe. I don't have that weapon, so this is how I will be setting him up. In terms of AI, I would be using probably the Pioneer on him. But if you have his special weapon, you want to put it on him. You want to develop it, tag it up with an Alcade. But this looks like a really good setup in terms of the headgear, the Devil's Touch or the Tan Lang. Personally, I've had the Devil's Touch longer. That's why it's higher, and I just kind of stuck with it just because I used Dragon Slayer and I didn't want the negative defense attribute. I have enough in Star Jewels and stuff to negate the negative crit, so that's why I use the Devil's Touch. Tan Lang would be a good headpiece for him as well. Going on to his skills. So his first skill is Soul Mastery. It has a 66% chance to trigger. The attack of this attack increases by 15.5% at level 31. The fewer the surviving enemy slots there are, the more the damage will increase. I haven't really been able to gauge this. The way it reads, it basically makes it seem like if you destroy a single slot, the next attack is going to be even greater by that percentage. It looks like it goes up 0.5% for every level. I can't really define this one as well as I'd like to. Unfortunately, that one goes. It's been really hard to gauge that one. I ran several simulations. It's been very hard to gauge. Dissection. Now this is where his special gear or special weapon comes into play here. It works directly with dissection and in a special way. So with this one, still 66% chance. Just to clarify, as I'm realizing as I'm saying this, I have the Armageddon hull on right now, so it's actually a 60% chance trigger rate. If the attack hits the target this turn, it deals equal to 62%, going up 2% every level, so it's 62% at level 31 of the normal attack damage to enemies in the second row. So this is going to be kind of like sticky bombs in a way from Pictor, but it's going to attack the second row instead of the first row. We'll get into a minute here why that's important in terms of his special weapon. Every 50% accuracy increases 5% damage percentage. So you want to put accuracy on him. This is only going to beef up that attack damage on the back row. And the Alcade is really good for that because it does have accuracy built in. Now, all in all, when we're coming to the fourth skill, right now I have Deadshot on him just because I'm trying to get through the event right now to get the scythe, which it may not happen just because I just can't put enough leadership on him. Sooner or later, it'll happen. But this was just to give him an auto hit skill, something I didn't care if I lost the brain plugins for it if I took it off of him later. Another good one would probably be any of the other auto hits like Crush, Crushing Blow, even Shockwave, because that'll give you an additional attack on that back row. All right, so the reason why that back row disappearing is so important, and if you are able to get his weapon's right here. If you ever want to go check it out, look at it, read it, you can go to the Forge Ship upgrade handbook, go all the way down. You can filter the weapon just to make it even more simple. Sickle of Death. I call it a scythe. It looks like it's a scythe. Soul Reaver General. It's a passive move. When Soul Reaver General is equipped with this equipment and there are no soldiers in the enemy second row, Dissection will deal damage to the commander, and it adds penetration and accuracy. But the key words here are deal damage to the commander. What does that mean? Well, honestly, with these new special weapons designed specifically for specific new commanders, for once, Arc of War, they have given us an actual definition to what it actually does. This is going to deal damage directly to the Arc or the commander, as if there were no troops in the front row, as long as you've destroyed everything in the back row. And I will show you an example of this. And this is part of the reason why it took so long to make this video. I had a good replay of this, and I waited too long, and I couldn't get back to the saved file anymore. Today, one of our guild leader, CC, used Soul Reaver today. So we get to see that replay. Let's take a look at it. Notice here, there's nothing in the front row. All of his triggers went off, and boom. Did direct damage to the commander because Crack Chicken has that special weapon. I'm going to slow it down this time. So that was pretty quick. So he's using Breakdown, Soul Mastery, Dissection, boom. Doesn't do too much on the actual hit to Reinhardt, but wins the battle nonetheless, not losing anything because of that special weapon. Huge. This is going to be huge. If anything, if you do not do any damage, you do just barely any damage in a galactic battle, but they didn't put anything in that second row, and you have Soul Reaver, this is going to be huge. You can start clearing out those one slot busts as long as you can keep your first hit or survive their first hit. This is going to be a game changer in its own way, because everybody in galactic battle, for the most part, we're just loading up slot 1 and slot 2, maybe slot 3, and then leaving this total back row blank because we don't want to be wasting speed ups on or giving away points. You may not get points necessarily in terms of killing troops, but you'll definitely be able to defend a fort or defend your placement in that enemy fort while in galactic campaign, or even if you consider it on a server level in terms of a capital battle. If you're on a server that's very active and continuously going after your capitals, then there you go. This could be a really good benefit to you. And that's where it took a while to really realize, how is he going to be a utilization to the meta. And for people who don't send a full march, or they're sending junky troops in the back just to try to keep them alive a little longer, Soul Reaver is going to be that new change that we need in terms of, or that new problem that is going to build a defense when trying to take a fort or defend a fort. Because like I said, most people only send slot 1, slot 2, and they're in galactic campaign. Or if you want to even correlate this to the Kazakhstan expedition, defending borders, defending caps. Right there, this is right here is battle report is a fort battle. This is a fort battle that we just burned their fort, as this was the last one, which, mind you, their leader, which is Ghost Eyes, guy's got insane amount of resources and keeps rebuilding it, but we keep putting it on fire nonetheless. This is going to be a game changer. I honestly believe it's going to be a game changer. I hope that gives a good definition of Soul Reaver. I apologize that the first skill is still kind of a mystery to me, as it's very hard to tell what it does. In time, we'll figure it out. It's just kind of like how Sister Wolf has become actually like a Reinhardt killer, just because we really didn't understand her first skill that is 100% trigger. So, but now we're seeing the benefits of it. As it's been being used, and I really, this is the first time that I've seen anybody use Soul Reaver actively outside of a simulation. We're probably going to see Soul Reaver in galactic battle pretty soon. Just recently, Orichi has become a really hot commander for galactic campaign, as more people are starting to get it S-class. Reinhardt has made its way back into the realm. Soul Reaver is going to be a new game changer, as hopefully people watch this and actually see what kind of benefit it's going to bring. So that wraps it up. Like I said, I hope that defines Soul Reaver for you a little better. The funny part is, I think it's funny that they took a tier 12 we'll call it like tier 15 troop from infantry and made it an airship commander. Like It blows my mind what they think of. But personally, I think he's one of the coolest looking commanders. I like purple and black. Those are my favorite colors. I think he's really cool looking. So, but it's baffling to me that they took a infantry troop and made it an airship commander. Till next time, guys.